Hiro 4 years old. I'm from San Dimas, California, and I've been in the program for 7 months. So prior to the program, I was 304 pounds. I was so overweight, I was slowly killing myself. Externally, internally, spiritually, mentally. I had a mindset that was of a victim. So I fed the victim pity parties. I fed him sugar, fat, carbs, excuses, which created a passive-aggressive, defensive, spineless human. I was not a leader of my family. I was using all my energy and my bandwidth to fulfill other people, like at work or friends, but not my wife, not my daughter, and not myself. So I was at a very low point. My wife was on the brink of divorce. There's been several times where I spent money that I shouldn't be spending. I hid it from her. I was making really poor choices in our marriage, and I kept repeating them. And she got to the point where she was fed up. And so I knew what was wrong. I just did nothing about it. I reached out to Chris. Yeah, I booked a call. I DM'd him. Yeah, there was hesitation because I've never done anything like this before. I didn't know if it was a scam or if I didn't know if it was, didn't know. It also was just me afraid to actually start something. And then I knew that there was also like a money thing. And I was like, I've never invested this much money in something that's blind as this, right? Everything inside me that was saying this was my calling, this was my purpose to join, I trusted that wholeheartedly. The hard part was shedding the old part of me and fighting through. The first week was hard. Getting up early, that's always been a challenge. Doing the workouts because I was so overweight. And Chris will tell you this. First week, second week, third week, I dove straight in. I jumped in the cold plunge. That was me. So that was a huge piece of how I propelled in like a certain kind of momentum going into it because I went in blind. I think that propelled me into building more confidence and I saw results and then I started to reach out. Then 6 months later, I'm here, you know, we are where we are. 7 months after, I'm 60 pounds lighter. I lost 60 pounds. I started attracting certain things too. I got asked to be part of a meat brokerage firm. What mattered was that I was being asked to join the company. I was starting to attract others because I was becoming more confident and that people were seeing the results, right? I was disciplined, I was starting to see results in my body and I could carry myself better. Before I would shy away, I would do things that would try to be like demonstrate insecurity because I was so overweight. But more importantly, I wasn't holding promises to myself. I was breaking promises to myself. And when I started holding myself accountable and committing to myself, I walked around so much more secure. I got a raise last quarter. I had a goal to be a director by 45. I'm 40 and I'm being given that opportunity now. And that again was like a sign that what I'm doing in my external life or internal life is projecting into my external life. I have such a great group of friends that I've known for 30, 25, 20 plus years. But this group is like a whole nother level. It's like I've leveled up. So I've gained that. My relationship with my daughter, because of what kind of father I become, is electric. I'm so much more present. And then with my wife, it's 180. It's how I'm responding to what she needs more. I've become more of a humble servant to her and not letting that emasculate me. It's like, no, I want to be her servant because I am her servant, but does that mean I can be still this monster warrior that protects her and makes her feel secure and safe? So now I feel like there's no ceiling, right? Before I did because I kept myself as a human. The takeaway is that these men are unique. We're broken in a beautiful way. Without sharing those broken stories, we can't understand how to put them back together, and it does take a village of men to do that sometimes. I had said this earlier and I was like, I loved all you guys when I met you, and I like, but then you like get to know them and then their story and they break through and they tell you and share their darkest secrets and you just love them so much more. And another personal takeaway is that I'm starting to find my faith, and this is not a religious, you know, or faith-based thing, but something's led me here, you know, so that's another personal thing that I'm discovering, which is awesome. I've talked about this a couple times. When you're building a lighthouse, you forget that the lighthouse is built with shit, and we're afraid to do that because it's messy. But brick by brick, you attach that slime gunk on top, that cement, and we're afraid to build because that's ugly, but that's what's needed to. So we're so afraid of our mistakes and the ugly parts and our cracks and our failures because of that, but that's what builds it. Build right on top of it. It slides up another mistake, another failure, build on top of that, build on top of that. We forget that it's not a pretty process. That is what I've learned a lot about this, because once you keep building, and once you got there, then yes, you've become this person with character that has integrity, that didn't stop and didn't give up. And then it's that person that people look up to, just like a lighthouse, and can see from far away because you're that warm light, that guiding light, and you're immovable and you're stoic. You can accept everyone's bullshit. You can accept everyone's drama. The people that you love can crash upon you, cry on you, reach out for you, seek shelter, seek warmth, seek light, seek guidance, and crash upon you like a storm. You stay calm and you're there for them. And that is something I am working to become.